Hey guys, what's up? So for today's video, I'm in my kitchen and I'm doing a grocery haul. You can see all my groceries behind me. But this is a little different than just a regular grocery haul. I did two different stores, so I went to ALDI's and I went to Publix, and I'm kind of doing a little bit of a comparison between them. Basically, I just feel like I've been spending a little bit too much money on groceries and I'm trying to see how I can bring that down. And I know that ALDI's has a really good rep for being cheap. So today I'm kind of comparing the two. I obviously didn't buy the same items at both places, but when I got back from the store, I looked up all the items on the Publix website that I got at ALDI's. So I'm gonna go down and compare the prices between those and see how much I saved by going to ALDI's and if it's worth making both the trips. I actually considered making 3 store trips because I also have a Costco membership, but that just seemed like way too much. So just doing the 2 stores, ALDI's and Publix, and just showing you guys the groceries I got and what I eat as a vegan for under $100, which should last me at least a couple weeks, I'm assuming. I do have other food at home still, so these aren't like the only food products I have. So let's just get into what I got and see if one store is actually better than the other. All right, so this is everything I got. This side is what I got from ALDI's and this side is what I got from Publix. It doesn't look like that much food, but basically what I've been trying to do lately is follow certain recipes that I'm gonna make and just buy the ingredients that I need for that. In the past, I've always gone to the store and just gotten a whole bunch of random foods and then just made whatever out of it. But now I'm trying to actually pick out what recipes I'm going to make for the week, and then, like I said, just buy the ingredients I need for that, and then just a few extra things when I want. So first of all, just looking at the 2 different piles, I obviously got a lot more from Publix than I did from ALDI's. Part of that is because ALDI's doesn't carry a lot of the things that Publix does. Publix definitely has a lot more options and just a lot more products in general. But also, ALDI's puts a lot of their products in plastic packaging, and I try not to buy more than I need to in plastic. So all their vegetables, like tomatoes and onions and all the leafy greens, everything like that comes in plastic packaging. So I just didn't want to buy that there. I would rather pay a little bit more and get it without any plastic. And the other reason I didn't get some of the stuff from ALDI's is because I needed canned stuff, but I wanted to get the low sodium ones. And ALDI's does not carry the low sodium canned items. They just have the regular ones. So I decided to go with those at Publix as well. But otherwise, this is everything I need to make 3 different recipes that can definitely last me a while. You just make extra and you have leftovers for a while, so that's what I plan to do. And this was under $100, so at ALDI's I ended up spending $16.30, and at Publix I ended up paying $55.52, and I saved $3.15 on the tomatoes, I think it was. Yeah, so whatever reason, they were having a good deal on the Vine tomatoes, which I always get the ones on the Vine because for some reason they're always cheaper. All right, so I'm gonna show you the stuff I got from ALDI's first, and then when I'm done just going through this, I'll tell you all the prices of everything from ALDI's and what it would have been if I had bought everything at Publix, and we'll see how much I saved by making an extra trip. So first off, I've just got this thin sliced organic whole wheat bread. I love making avocado toast and sandwiches, so that's perfect for that. And then I've got some fresh strawberries and blueberries. I usually don't buy these fresh. I usually just buy them frozen for smoothies and smoothie bowls. But the recipes I'm going to be following call for these fresh berries on top of smoothie bowls. And they're also just great for a little snack. And then I got these cherry tomatoes on the Vine and a box of baby spinach. And then I just got 1 thing of organic firm tofu. I have 2 more of these in my fridge right now. I love tofu. I add it to salads. I make tofu scramble, put it in wraps, whatever. It's a great way to get protein if you're vegan. And then lastly, from ALDI's, I just got a bag of lemons. So every morning I have lemon water, and that's pretty much all I use the lemons for, unless I want to like cook up some veggies or something in lemon juice. So for the prices, I paid $3.49 for the bread at ALDI's, and a similar bread at Publix would have cost $5.75. The tofu I paid $1.75, and at Publix it's $2.97. The tomatoes I got cost $2.49, and at Publix they're $3.29. The blueberries were $2.89, and at Publix they cost $5.53. The lemons I paid $2.99, and at Publix they're also $5.53. And then the organic baby spinach I paid $2.69, and at Aldi's they are $4.41. And then the strawberries I actually did not pay for. I didn't realize this until I got home, but the guy who checked me out never rang them up because they're just not on this receipt. So I paid like $1.35 for them, and I'm pretty sure at Publix they're around $3 and something, so I also saved on that. So like I said earlier, I paid a total of $16.30 at Aldi's, and that's without the strawberries, so I did it without the strawberries for Publix as well. But if I had gotten all this stuff at Publix, it would have cost me $26.48. So I did save $10. That might not seem like a ton, but honestly, that's pretty good. And if they had more, or if you're not looking for such specific items like I was, then you could probably get a lot more of your food from Aldi's and save a lot more money. I would definitely say check Aldi's out because you can save quite a bit of money there. But that being said, onto the stuff from Publix. Like I've said, Publix just has a lot more options and a lot more vegan friendly food. And then like I said, I just didn't want all the plastic, and that's the great thing about Publix is you don't have to get like any of the produce in plastic, besides like the berries would also be in these containers as well. But otherwise, you don't have to put it in the plastic bags, and I love that. So like I said earlier, all of this stuff came to $55.52, which looking at it seems kind of crazy since most of it is just produce and canned stuff, but I know the frozen fruit cost a lot. This big bag cost almost $13, and then this one was almost $5. So without those, it definitely would have been quite a bit cheaper, but I would go ahead and assume that most of the produce would be cheaper at Aldi's. From Publix, I got this like mixed fruit blend of frozen fruit, and that is for smoothie bowls as well as the frozen mango chunks. And then I got some kale and a head of romaine lettuce for salads and smoothies again. And then I got a block of tempeh. This is another great source of vegan protein. And then I got just some vegetable stock, which weirdly they also don't have at Aldi's. I don't know if they were just out of it, but I didn't see a slot for it. All I saw was like the beef and chicken and turkey and like bone broth and everything. I did not see any vegetable stock or vegetable broth. And then I just got a little thing of capers and 3 different kinds of beans. So I got 1 can of pinto beans, 1 can of dark kidney beans, and 1 can of garbanzo beans. Again, all being used for a specific recipe. Which, if you're wondering where I'm getting my recipes from, I'm actually getting them from Earthy Andy's new meal planner app. And I've been vegan for over 2 years now, but I just seem to always make the exact same recipes. So ultimately I bought it because I just want to learn a whole bunch of new recipes and be able to just add those to what I know and can make all the time. But anyways, back to the groceries. I also got these chipotle peppers and a can of no salt added diced tomatoes. Like I said earlier, all of these cans are no sodium or low sodium. I had to do a project showing how much of all ingredients were in our food that we ate on a daily basis. And the amount of sodium in food is just so insane. So personally, whenever I can get something with lower sodium or no sodium added, I definitely prefer that. And I don't think I taste any difference. When I have beans, I rinse them off completely anyways to try to reduce that. So I don't taste any difference in getting the low sodium. But it could be more expensive because Publix did only have it in the Greenwise brand, which is obviously more expensive than just a Publix brand of canned items. And they didn't have it at all at Aldi's. So a little bit more expensive, but again, just my personal choice and preference. And then I got 1 papaya. I got the tomatoes on the vine like I showed before. I have 1 onion, which I use the onions and the tomatoes for so much. I love cooking with those. I put the tomatoes on my avocado toast. I use both of them in scrambles. I use them just to bake veggies. I just love the flavor tomatoes and onions give, so I add those to a lot of my recipes. And then I have 3 avocados. Again, throw this on like everything: salads, tofu scramble, avocado toast. And then lastly, from Publix, I just got this cornmeal. One of the recipes called for it. I've actually never bought cornmeal before, but I guess I need it for a recipe. So even going to both of these stores, there were a couple items on the grocery list that the app gave me that I still was not able to find. So I couldn't find flax meal, and I actually couldn't find sunflower seeds either, which I thought was pretty weird. I thought that was like a very normal item to carry, but I had a very hard time finding those. So, and then like I mentioned earlier, I also have a Costco membership. So sometimes I do shop there. Obviously, those are bulk items, and I really just didn't need any bulk items at this time. But typically from there, I would get like my rice or quinoa or anything like that. I would get my plant milks. I get my hot sauce and peanut butter there. I go through those like crazy. And sometimes I do try to check out the produce there as well. But similar to all these, what I have found at Costco is that a lot of their produce comes in plastic packaging. So I typically don't buy it there if it's got the extra plastic. So I don't have the prices of these things to compare to Aldi's, mainly because they didn't have a lot of them. But in case you're curious on each individual item, like I said earlier, this bag of frozen fruit was almost $13. This one was $4.50. The papaya was actually $4.68, which is kind of crazy. That seems like a lot. The onion was $1.44. Again, that kind of seems like a lot. The tomatoes were $2.47. The avocados were $3.75. The tempeh was $4. The garbanzo beans were $1.29, and so were the kidney beans and pinto beans. The diced tomatoes were $1.45. The chipotle peppers were $2.39, which is kind of crazy. It's the tiniest little can. And then the capers were 99 cents. The kale cost $1.79. The romaine cost $2.29. The vegetable stock was $3.79. And the cornmeal was $1.29. So in total at both the stores, I ended up spending $76.56. So not too terrible, but typically also I would buy my frozen fruit from Costco and save a lot of money on those. And in the future, I think I will keep going to Aldi's when I need these little things. Again, I didn't save that much money, but it's still worth it to me. And I'll try not to keep buying like frozen fruit and stuff from Publix. It's way too expensive to buy there. It's much more worth it to go to Costco for that. But otherwise, honestly, I could not give up Publix. It just has so much stuff that I like, and not having all the plastic, I really appreciate that. So I'm definitely not cutting Publix out, but I will 100% keep going to Aldi's and saving money on that. But yeah, that is my shopping haul of Publix versus Aldi's. And this is everything I got to eat vegan for hopefully over at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, for $76. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe it can help you guys save some money and maybe even save some plastic as well. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.